Let's practice English. This story comes from folklore, from Indonesia. Legend of the Crying Stone, West Kalimantan, Indonesia. Once upon a time, on a small hill far from residential areas in West Kalimantan, there lived a very poor widow with her daughter. Her daughter is very beautiful. Her body shape is very beautiful. Her hair is loose in curls up to her ankles. Her bangs were neatly combed and her forehead was as smooth as sandalwood. But unfortunately she has a bad character. The girl was very lazy, never helped her mother do the housework. It only works preening every day. Besides being lazy, the girl's attitude is very spoiled. All requests must be obeyed. Every time she asked for something from her mother, it must be granted, regardless of the condition of her poor mother. Every day she had to work hard to find a bite of rice. One day the girl's mother took her down to the village to shop. The location of the village market is very far, so they have to walk, which is quite tiring. The girl walked around wearing nice clothes and preening, so that people on the street who saw her would admire her beauty, while her mother walked behind, carrying a basket with very dirty clothes. Because they lived in a remote place, no one knew that the two women who were walking were mother and daughter. When they started to enter the village people looked at them. They were so fascinated by the beauty of the girl, especially the village youths who couldn't get enough of looking at the girl's face. But when he saw the person walking behind the girl, it was a complete contrast. It makes one wonder, among the people who saw it, a young man approached and asked the girl,
"Hey, beautiful girl, is it your mother walking behind?"
However, what was the girl's answer? "No," she said haughtily. "She is my maid." Both mother and child then continued on their way. Not far away, approached another young man and asked the girl,
"Hi, sweetie, is it your mother walking behind you?"
"No, no," replied the girl, tilting her head. "She is a slave." That's how every time the girl met someone along the way who asked about her mother, the answer was always that her mother was treated as her maid or slave. At first, hearing her rebellious daughter's answer when someone asked, the mother still managed to hold back. But after repeatedly hearing the same answer, and which was very hurtful, finally the poor mother couldn't help herself. The mother prays, "Oh my God, I can't stand this insult. Servant's biological child was so heartless to treat myself in such a way. Yes, God, punish this rebellious child. Punish her." By the power of God Almighty, the ungodly girl's body slowly turned to stone. Change starts from feet. When the change had reached half the body, the girl cried, begging for forgiveness from her mother. "Oh, mother, mother, forgive me. Forgive your child's iniquity during this time. Mother, mother, forgive your child." The girl continued to wail and cry, begging her mother. However, it was all too late. The girl's entire body finally turned to stone. Even if it is turned into stone, people can see that its two eyes still shed tears as if they were crying. Therefore, the stone that came from the girl who got her mother's curse was called the crying stone. Such is the story of the legend of the crying stone, which the local people believe that the story actually happened. Whoever disobeys their biological mother who gave birth and raised, surely curse will be punished by God Almighty. End story.
Second story.
The Legend of the Langkang, Real Folklore Indonesian. In ancient times, in the Kampi area, Si Langkang lived with his mother. They live a life concerned with relying on minimal income as farm laborers. This situation made Si Langkang think of improving his fortune by going abroad. One day, Si Langkang left for the land of people. It is said Si Langkang worked hard for many years. All his struggles were not in vain. He managed to reach his dream of becoming a rich man. He became a merchant who owned dozens of merchant ships. However, he forgot his mother and all his sweet promises before. One day, Si Langkang stopped at Kampa. The news of Si Langkang's arrival was heard by his mother. She thought that Si Langkang came home for her. Bravely, she climbed onto the deck of the luxury Si Langkang ship. The mother immediately approached Si Langkang and his 7 wives. How shocked Si Langkang was when he saw that the woman in rags was his mother. However, the hope of Si Langkang's mother was only hope. Shame and anger, he could not stand it. His mother immediately approached him. "You are Langkang, my son? Oh, how my mother's heart misses you." Hearing the greeting, the Langkang was so heartless to dismiss his mother's confession while screaming,
"How could I have a poor mother like you? Sailor, get rid of this crazy woman."
Devastated, his mother left all her dreams of her son. The heart wound is like being slashed with a knife. Arriving home, lost her senses and affection. Because of the bad treatment she received, she took the inheritance she owned in the form of a rice pounder mortar and a niru. She rotated the mortar and shook the niru while saying, "Oh my God, punish that disobedient child." It didn't take long. God granted the old woman's request. In an instant, descended a hurricane. The storm destroyed Si Langkang's trading ships and his possessions. According to local folklore, the silk cloth floated and fell into the country of Lilin, which is located in Kampakiri. The gong was thrown into Kampakanan and became the Ogong River. The pottery floated and became Pasubila, while the flagpole of the Langkang's ship was thrown until it reached a lake called Lake Si Langkang. Until now, the names of these places are still there and we can witness them.
The third story. Legend of the Golden Snail Folklore of East Java, Indonesia.
Once upon a time, in a prosperous and peaceful kingdom, there lived 2 very beautiful princesses. They were named Kirana and Gala. The 2 daughters of the king lived a very happy and self-sufficient life. Until one day, a prince who was very handsome from the Kahuripan kingdom visited the Daha kingdom. The prince was named Raden Inu Kertapati. His rival intends to propose to Kirana. Raden Inu Kertapati's visit was very well received by King Kertamata, and finally Kirana betrothed Raden Inu Kertapati. But the engagement turned out to make Gala feel jealous, because she felt that Raden Inu Kertapati was more suitable for her. Forgetting the mainland, Gala then went to the witch's house. She asked the witch to curse Kirana to become something disgusting and to be kept away from Raden Inu. The witch also complied with Gala's request and cursed Kirana to become the golden snail, then threw her into the river. One day, a kind grandmother was fishing with a net, and the golden snail was caught in the net. The golden snail was then brought home and placed in a crock. The next day, the old woman was looking for fish again in the river, but didn't get any fish. Then the grandmother decided to just go home But when she got home, she was very surprised, because there was very delicious food on the table. The grandmother wondered to herself, who sent the dish? This incident repeated every day. Out of curiosity, the next morning, Grandma wanted to peek at what happened when she went fishing. The old woman then pretended to go to the river to find fish as usual, then went behind the house to peek at it. After a while, the grandmother was very surprised, because the golden snail that was in the crock changed into a beautiful girl. The girl then cooks and prepares the dish at the table. Feeling curious, then the grandmother dared to reprimand the beautiful princess. "Who are you, beautiful princess? And where do you come from?" asked the grandmother. "I am the daughter of the Daha kingdom, who was enchanted to become a golden snail by a witch envoy from my sister, because she was jealous of me," said the golden snail. After answering the grandmother's question, Chandra Kirana changed again into the golden snail, and the grandmother was very surprised. Meanwhile, Prince Ayanu Kartapati can't keep quiet when he finds out his lover Chandra Kirana has disappeared, and he finds a way to disguise as ordinary people. The witch finally found out and turned herself into a crow to harm Raden Ayanu Kartapati. Raden Ayanu Kartapati was shocked to see a crow that could speak and knew its purpose. He considered the crow to be magical and obeyed him, even though Raden Ayanu was given the wrong direction. On the way, Raden Ayanu met an old man who was starving. He gave him something to eat. It turned out that grandfather was a great supernatural powers. He helped Prince Ayanu from the crows. The old man hit the crow with his stick, and it became smoke. Finally, Raden Ayanu was told where Chandra Kirana was. He told the Raden to go to Dadapan village. After walking 4 days, he arrived at the village Dadapan. He approached a hut he saw to ask for a sip of water as his supply has run out. In the hut he was very surprised, because through the window, he saw Chandra Kirana cooking. Finally, the curse of the witch was lost because of that encounter. Then Raden Ayanu brought his fiancé and the kind grandmother to the palace, and Chandra Kirana told the king Kurtamata about the actions of Juigala. The king apologized to Chandra Kirana, and vice versa. Juigala then received a fitting punishment, because Juigala was afraid. She ran away into the forest. Finally, Chandra Kirana and Raden Ayanu Kartapati's wedding took place, and the party was very lively. Finally, they live happily